It's pretty simple. All right, Facebook link. Edit. Where's it at? It's live. Hold on, edit. Nope.
You are live on YouTube. I just saw the notification.
Yep. Live on Facebook too. Continue to Facebook. So this is the link. You're watching a live video. I'm trying to see right now. It's the link right here on Facebook. I hope this is the right link to send to y'all too, because y'all know I ain't do this shit. Okay. I'm live. This stuff. Like, say whatever I want to say. Oh, you see it?
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm subscribed to you on. Shit.
Facebook.
YouTube.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you can send them that link too. Kind of want to send them to YouTube, but I mean, we got Facebook, YouTube, everything, y'all. So as we welcome people to the chat, hello everybody. We're getting started. We got a special guest. So without further ado, y'all send them things out, and we're gonna start our countdown. Can I get a countdown in 3? All right, what it do and how you doing? It's your boy Marty Marr here repping ETM. That's Everything Matters, your #1 pop culture spot where we talk about any and everything. Most importantly, why it matters. Got my co-host. Who I got over here? We got who?
We got DJ Zozo, baby.
DJ Zozo, baby. And we got who? It's Super who? SuperDave, I can't hear you.
Oh, he on mute.
Yeah.
You gotta unmute yourself. Say it again.
Hey, what's good, SuperDave, guys?
All right, and without further ado, we have special guest, Aisha.
Hi, it's your girl Aisha here. What's up, everybody? Well, everybody's having a good night.
Hey, so you want to tell them a little bit about yourself real briefly, Aisha?
Yeah, so my name is Aisha. I'm 24 years old and I am self-employed. I am the owner of Aishasmagickcandleco, which we're going to be talking about a little later. But that's who I am. I love candles.
And candles love you.
And candles
All
love
right. Thank you everybody for having us. Thank you, Aisha, for making it. I know we had a little bit of technical difficulties and some pushback, but
we're here. We're
here. Thank you, SuperDave and Zoe. We here. And shout out to our barbers, man. I don't know if y'all can see, but the barbers y'all like got us right. You feel me? But
right.
Anywho, so what I first want to start today, y'all, we're gonna talk about a tweet. And usually I don't analyze tweets, or I don't really, we don't dive into that. But today we will. And I'm gonna share this with y'all. Hopefully y'all can see this nicely. I'm gonna share my screen. Yeah. So basically, it's right here. This is a tweet. And this is a tweet that meant something to me because I woke up one morning like everybody else, sleepy as a mug, right? And when I woke up, I'm like, I know this didn't start yet. Basically, Krispy Kreme donuts is a part of incentivizing vaccines. If you don't know what incentivizing or incentive means, when somebody say, I'll give you this if you do that, incentive. So a boss say you come in a little early, I'll throw in double bonus pay. Or you do this, I'll do that. And that shit's scary, y'all. It's scary because for one, what the hell does Krispy Kreme got to do with anything medical? That's the worst donuts ever for medical and health. Good as a mug, but what y'all thoughts, man? We'll let the guests go first. Asia, what you think?
I think that's crazy. Like, because it's like a token type thing. You know, if you do this, you get this. And that kind of shows you where our world is going right now. A lot of companies are doing things like this. You know, they give you the stickers where you're like, oh, I'm vaccinated, and it's like a token type thing.
Yes.
Our brains, when we are rewarded, there's dopamine that gets released in our brain that makes us want to keep getting rewarded, and so
Facts.
they play on that. So I think it's just crazy how this is happening. Like, what does Krispy Kreme have to do with getting vaccinated?
And for that matter, what does Bill Gates have to do with being the leading in vaccinations or the leading researcher when this guy was a Microsoft whiz? This guy was Microsoft. When did computers and healthcare have anything to do with each other? But that's another story. We ain't gonna get too deep on that. Zoe, what you think, bro?
I think it's just a push to get more people to get vaccinated, but more companies are gonna start doing it. So I guess we're gonna have to start getting used to it.
Dave, what you got?
I agree with all y'all. Just to add on, I also think it's a push to like get people to come into Krispy Kreme donuts to buy their donuts. To be honest, like when you think about it, it's like more commission. Like people are doing more and more of this commission sales. You do this, I get this, and you know, like what can you do for me lately? That's kind of the trend right now. So
Right.
Stop sharing that, and we'll say our final remarks on that. Um, I definitely would say it seems like they're in that direction of trending towards like travel, right? Soon we're gonna say, hey, you can't fly here if you don't got these vaccinations, or can't go to this school, can't get this job, and it ain't gonna be a regular form of discrimination. It's gonna be that like you said, Asia, when that dopamine gets released, for some reasons, when we get a reward, our brain loves being rewarded or acknowledged, right? And I think that's gonna be a scary thing that I hope people don't turn against people with that. You know,
Right.
like nobody cares if somebody got a flu vaccine. The
Right.
flu kills more people every year than anything, but nobody checking for that shit. But we'll move on. We'll move on. Anybody got any last remarks for that?
nah,
Dave,
I,
Asia, go ahead.
I just want to say that is crazy. That's all I have to say. It's just crazy to me. The world is becoming like a movie. That's what it feels like.
And what y'all think in the comments? Like, do y'all think that that's crazy? Do y'all think that nah, y'all looking into too much? Or do y'all think like, dog, if it comes to a point where you can't fly somewhere and you never had COVID, but because you don't have the vaccine, you can't go somewhere and they try to hold you back? That shit crazy. Crazy. And I ain't standing for that shit. But let's move on, y'all. So, it ain't just about us. We have lovely guest on there. So I know, as you said, you make the candles, and but I think when people hear like anybody produces anything, they just think they produce that product, and maybe people don't understand what that really means to you. So let's dive in about it, shall we?
Yes, let's do it. All
All
right.
right.
First of all, oh,
No, go ahead. You tell about yourself in detail.
so first of all, I like to say thank you for having me on here. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. And while she's doing that, how do y'all like the live stream? Is the live stream dope? Is it something that y'all want to see more? Because we're gonna be doing this daily. Like I want to be waking up in the mornings and off my Stephen A. Smith. I'm gonna be giving my little sports. And me and Zoe and they probably some debates on that. Y'all want to hear geek nerdy anime talk? Y'all can catch us at Fridays, probably at 11, 12. That's when a lot of the good mangas have already been released. Y'all know anything about that? Asia, are you ready?
Yes, I'm
All
ready.
right, go ahead. Let's start with the first. When did you start your business, and when did you know particularly that this is something that it's not only profitable, but it's I want to do this?
So I started first of all, let me introduce myself again. My name is Aisha. I'm the owner of Asia's Magic Candle Company. I make candles that are intended to set your soul on fire, and it is my
Easy.
goal and my mission to Daisy. It is my goal and mission. It's my goal and mission to remind everybody that they have a light inside of them. We're all born with one. It's all about just tapping into it and turning it on. So I started making candles last year, this month, literally right before the pandemic started. One day I was just talking to my best friend. I was like, I want to do something, but I want to do something with an impact. I don't want to just do something. So she was like, why don't you make candles? And so at that time in my life, I was like, you know what? Cool. I love candles. I've never
Right.
had less than 7 candles in my room at a time. I just love the way that they smell, but it was something about them that I now know why I was so attracted to candles, but before I didn't know in the moment. So I bought my candle making kit the next day and I made my first candle.
Now, let me stop you right there. When you say that it was always something, when do you think that became a lot more clear? Was it after you, because you know how you wanted to do something, and then you make that push, right?
Right.
And Zoe, you can relate. I think we all can relate, actually. When you think about something, and then you just make that push. Was it when you made the push, or was it when was it exactly that you knew that was the thing for you, your purpose, like aligning?
I probably knew about 6 months into making candles. So I knew that it was something that I was enjoying as I was doing it, but it wasn't until about 6 months in when I realized that it's something more when it comes to the candles than just making the candles for me. So it was around the time where I started diving into myself really deeply, becoming very self-aware, just
Right.
doing a bit of work on myself. And that's when I started making candles. I started buying crystals and stuff like shortly before I started making candles. And then when I
Mhm.
started making candles, I just started plopping crystals in there and putting herbs inside, and I wasn't even thinking about it. So you ever just have that thing that keeps coming, like
Popping
keeps
up.
staying in your head, and it just happens. Or sometimes you just feel something, and you just do it. That's what started happening, and that's where my aromatherapy intention candles were born. So
Okay. All
yeah.
right. So around the time, like halfway, not halfway through, but like let's say the pandemic's been a year and a little bit. So about halfway through that, you was like, this is what it is.
Exactly. Because I started I was growing with my business. I was growing
Right.
spiritually, I was growing emotionally, I was growing mentally. It wasn't like my business has become my best friend. It's like been holding my hand along the way of me
Hmm.
progressing into my higher self.
Right.
And it's it was just insane. One day I realized I was like, wow, I think I'm meant it's my purpose to remind everybody of the light that's inside of them, which goes along with the candles because you light a
Like a
candle,
fire starter,
right? Fire starter. You light a candle,
basically.
sparking a light, planting a seed in people, and then just letting it grow, not forcing. And that's I felt like I was forcing myself to grow at a certain point, but then I just stopped and I surrendered and I accepted, and then things just started aligning in ways that I wouldn't even think was possible.
Right. Right. Um. Okay. Perfect. So I do want to ask you a question too, because I remember during the pandemic, it was multiple things happening. One, you wanted to start the clothing brand, the Resilience. We talked about that on previous podcasts.
Yeah.
Um, and as well as the DJ, which was later, still during the pandemic. What do you think about what Asia said as far as like just doing it for some time and then seeing like my bad, y'all. Doing it for some time and seeing how it can or can't work. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
I feel like once you start doing it, like you gonna feel like like this is what I'm supposed to do because it feels fun. It feels fun to you.
Right. Right. Okay. So basically it feels fun.
Yeah.
And that's when you can kind of know you're on the right path.
Yeah.
Dave, what about you? Because you just had a new move. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to put your business out there. I'm just trying to draw the similarities before I get to my next question. Right? We all here have experienced something like that. When did you know that you was going to want to move, or I guess experience that big change in your life? And your mic is muted.
Okay, that's an interesting question, Mr. Garrison or Garris, my bad. Um, Honestly, it was when I just felt like it was the time, man. It's timing. Life just comes at you with a different time. When you going through some stuff and you feel like, yeah, it's time to like take another leap into your life. That's when it's going to come.
Yeah.
Okay. My bad, Asia. You said you want to say something about that?
Oh yeah. I I'm happy to hear that because you listen to your intuition, and usually our intuition is a connection between us and the divine power, and it just pushes you in the direction that you're supposed to go in your life. And I made a big move last month as well. I moved from Maryland to Michigan.
Woo
Um,
woo. The
Yep,
blue.
I decided to do it in January. I did it in February. So, I live my life kind of like intuition, and I'm just on a go. Like, catch me if you can.
Oh, I like. Next question. Look, we ain't even going. When it's good, you keep it rolling. So, now this is something that I want to get real, not deep, but I want to go inside. Right. What does frequency and spirituality, right? Are these terms synonymous, meaning that they have to go hand in hand, or do they just correlate, right? Or do they have no relation? Correlate means they connect. You can have some with the other. No connection means you can have spirituality here, you can have frequency here, and them niggas don't never see each other. Um, I'm gonna let Asia start first again, and then I'm gonna let Dave go next. So Asia.
Okay, so if you think about it, frequency and spirituality. So one, spirituality is just the understanding of knowing the oneness between everybody and everything. So when you tap into frequencies, you are automatically tapping into spirituality. When you're tapping into spirituality, you're automatically tapping into frequencies. Now, there's different frequencies that you can tap into. There's lower frequencies and there's higher frequencies. The thing about that is that sometimes frequencies work with each other. They're just, you just transcend them. So lightness is just darkness but transcended. Basically, they work hand in hand. So you have to understand that frequencies work together and they don't work separately. And
Okay.
that's what I feel about that.
All right. That's a cool answer. I'm not gonna say like or dislike at this time. It's just opinion. My bad. I got the wrong person. Dave. You heard the question. What's your response?
Well, because this is actually an interesting question. Believe it or not,
It's your opinion.
I do believe they go together. But I think like for frequency, you're not aware of it until like you get a spiritual awakening at first. And that's because like like when you're younger or like you incident to like what's going on in your environment, you don't really pay no mind. You just living life, you experiencing it, and you just going through the motion. You don't really pay no mind like into different patterns. Like if you continue to like say you do like, let me think of something. Say like you continue to smoke a cigarette, some shit like that. Excuse my language. But you continue to smoke a cigarette and you don't notice like, oh, the bad benefits of it till like sometime in your life after you've gone through a lot of experiences, you start to see your body starts to like wear down a little more than usual. And you like, what's going on? And that's the frequency in your body telling you like you gotta like moderate what you put in your body now. You see, but you don't be aware of it till like You actually
So
like,
basically, and I'm not trying to. That's why I want you to fully fill your answer.
yeah,
You're saying with the spiritual awakening or some form of awakening
yeah,
through the spirit can help you recognize your frequency
yeah. Because
or a frequency.
the more spiritual in tune in yourself you are, the more frequency and like you can read the universe and what the universe is trying to tell you, or like what the environment is like shifting into your life. You feel what I'm saying?
I do. We'll hold that. I'll hold all comments to the end. Zozo, same question. What do you think as far as do frequency and spirituality correlate? Is there no connection or are they synonymous?
I think music and spirituality go together because just
He
like when
said
they
music.
say,
Okay.
just like when they say music touches the soul,
Mm-hmm.
like your soul could feel the music, and like just like when people go through like music therapy, so it's like music
That's a good
arrangements
point.
are like uplifting them for
Mm-hmm.
real.
That's a good point. So just to recap, you're basically saying that musically is the healing part, and the fact that frequency is involved in music so much. That's Am I saying what you're saying?
And like music travels in waves, so it's
Right.
like your spirit, your soul like travels in
Oh,
waves.
so it awakens the spirit. I got you.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's kind of like you and Dave are on the same fence on the opposite side,
No,
right?
it's the same thing. It's just more
Right.
so he's using
Saying it
music,
from different ways.
and
Because music is like a frequency. I could talk. We're talking right now is a frequency, right? An
right,
animal speech is a frequency. Anything that has matter has a frequency. I like to
right.
believe that because that's the language of the universe. And just to make sure, was you done?
yeah.
All right. So now I'll give my spill. Um, to me, I agree with everybody's point. And I'll just add my own. Right. I just think that and I like frequency or the sound is the universal language. So say if we can't obviously communicate with something that doesn't speak the same language or isn't bound by the same laws or rules regularly, because me talking now is a language that was native to here. But me, recognizing a pattern that's always there and the same thing, that would be a frequency. That's something that nobody can change or start or stop. Like the sun rises and sets, nobody can change, start or stop that. Certain things that animals do without nobody telling them, they tell themselves. And how do they keep that same memory to do this and do that over this many years? I believe that itself just points to me that there is a language. Now, how that evolves in spirituality to me is that like spirituality is in everything. So, like she said, Asia earlier, it's going to be a light frequency, a dark or high or low. It's different names for it. It can be white or black, whatever you want to call it. There's a good frequencies, higher vibrations, and there are low frequencies, lower vibrations. And whether our form of good and bad aligns with what the universal form of good and bad is irrelevant because they're going to be good if they were meant to be good. They're going to be bad if we're meant to be bad. We just got to try to recognize what side of the frequency we're on. But I'll cut it with that. Um,
I got a
Anybody else
question.
got any last remarks? Go ahead, Asian and Dave.
So, and with the Zoe, you said about the music, that music is frequencies. And so when you listen to music at different frequencies, it stimulates your brain in a different way. So 432 hertz is very
Initially,
soothing, very, very relaxing, and it will put you into a meditative state. So like different frequencies really do, it affects your body a different way. That's why you have to be aware of what frequencies that you're tuning into because it will affect your body in a way and you can't even stop it.
you
So
can't. Real
right.
quick, Asia. What you said 432? That's very important. What's the radio stations and all music that's being produced through labels right now? What frequencies did they on? Are you aware?
No.
442, I believe, or 444 or something like that.
So too high.
Yeah, right. Now, why is
Mhm.
that important? What you just said.
That's
It's
important because it keeps so 432 is a state of calmness, a state of relaxation. You said what you said
It was
4
442 or 444, and I'll double check this, y'all. Y'all know me, I fact check it. I ain't saying it, but right now you can go on YouTube and hear the difference between a 432 song and the same song played in 440, and the reason is what you're saying.
Probably chaotic.
And it's not even just chaotic, but if you listen to one back to another, your heartbeat will increase on the 442. It hits you when you hear the sound, you feel different. And it's not like you necessarily want to or not. It's not like you said, you can't stop it. They have something called the warfare through that, right? Musical warfare.
That's like when you're at a party and they got Chief Keef come on and you instantly you know, and then it's like something else come on, right? And gorilla and everybody.
Yeah, that's my call. That's my song.
You say what?
That's my song. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I go gorilla, but why? Every time, and so the sad part is, I woke up in the morning not that long ago, and that song was playing, right? And the crazy part is, I woke up, I'm asleep, y'all. I'm it's a gorilla in an open coop, pulling up on you, nigga. Who the? Oh, it's just automatically, and it's not even just the sound. Like my mind goes back to the good times I had in parties with that song. Right. And that's like, oh, so the sound can make, oh, what's up, my man? Fabrico from Brazil, Fabricio. Shout out, man. Love to see y'all in here. And my bad, y'all, we don't be on the comments as much. I'm gonna try to be on that a little bit more. But yeah, that memory that you associate yourself with a song, it could be a artist could be the bad artist. Like it could be R. Kelly, right? And whatever you want to say about R. Kelly, wrote some of the best music there is, right? But he's illiterate. So how did you write some of the best music, quote unquote, illiterate, right? It has to be that you can associate, like you can recognize, like you said, the frequency of the soul music that's meaningful. You write it, and you can produce it. You sing it, and it reaches the people's hearts, which is us. But take that same person in that mind when he's on that vibration making those songs, and then he's not in the studio or he's not writing or whatever is happening, he's on a different vibration. The same way I guess it could be said if you make the music, right? You could when you make the music, you could be making your music and you feel like you're complete, right? That's what you're supposed to do. So you're making stuff and you're aligning with your purpose. You may not make oh look at this. I wonder if that's why certain Drake lines be really hitting more than others. We're gonna talk about him too. I love Drake. Everybody know I love Drake, but I done heard some stuff about the frequency in Drake, especially I'm just gonna say this now. Listen to Started from the Bottom. The first 30 seconds, that little boo boo boo, the little intro shit. That shit, man. I heard that in a couple other songs. They say, and I pray I don't try to just go on our channel and try to demonetize this shit because we don't have no beef with Drake. I love Drake, but I'm gonna keep it 100. Certain frequencies in the beginning of that song, I got you, SuperDave. My bad. In the beginning of that song,
love you, Drake.
Say it again.
No, I was just say love you, Drake.
Right, but certain frequencies in this song is that same. I don't want to say aliens. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say
extraterrestrial.
I would say spiritual. If I say extraterrestrial, I'll say spiritual. And Dave, I mute you because the echo. So that's why I'm muting your mic right now. But yeah, I don't like saying extraterrestrial because I feel like that they associate that with Smithsonian. Anything Smithsonian to me isn't legit. It's for agenda, right? So we'll leave that there. I just think as far as since we're on music real quick, when you make something beat wise, that's the frequency. Then you put it on a certain frequency, like 808s. If y'all know anything about music, y'all know that when you produce beats, they're in certain forms, right? Producers talk about forms. They have 608s, 808s. These beats are usually associated with making people different feelings. They got trap beats, they got hard beats, soft beats, melody beats, whatever, right? The point is, let's just say the 808 or that beginning part names the beat. So that shows you, hey, where the stuff is. Second part would be second part would be the part that actually shows what the beat is. So if you have the smart enough to produce music that's for a different frequency, a lower vibration frequency, right? Then you will have the potential to make people feel and kind of think about what you want to think about. You ever think about an artist so much and like, why am I still saying this?
Right.
Right. Go ahead,
Um, I wanted also when you said like about what of a Drake in like the beginning, and then it changes throughout the song. Well, one, I also want to say Janae Aiko. I don't know if anybody listens, like really listens to Janae Aiko, but she purposely makes a lot of her music in 432 hertz. A lot of people say, "Oh, she makes me fall asleep." That's what is supposed to do. Not really make you fall asleep, but put you in that meditative state. I really, really love Janae. I was listening to her before we got on here. It's the way that I relax. It helps me relax. And she also uses singing bowls when she performs. I don't know if you guys know what singing bowls are, but they're instruments. They're instruments that they're hollow instruments, and you hit them with like
the sound.
Yeah, a sound bowl.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
A sound bowl, and they create different frequencies, different sounds, and they're supposed to. A lot of them sound like the music that you hear when you meditate. So she does that for a purpose. So also, if you think about movies, like the music in movies, if you ever notice when something serious is happening, the music changes. If you watched a movie or a show with no music, you wouldn't feel the emotions that you felt on certain scenes. That's why scary movies, like horror movies, the music is what makes it so, oh, what's gonna happen? It's not the actual picture itself. If you watch it with no music, imagine like Insidious, that movie was 99% music. Like
that's true. But I feel like the movies is a little different. Like you're exactly right. But the movies, and my bad, David. The movies, what's the word? They are all visual, and the audio is always there, but they control the audio the whole way. So the visual could be silent. They could be yelling, or you can hear the production crew, but you won't hear that because they'll mute that, cut off the extra talk, and put an instrumental of cinematic music or something speedy because of the type of movie. I say for a drama that doesn't work the same as a thriller or horror, because in a drama,
they use different music. That's what I'm saying. The music, it depends on what kind of thing. So they use the music to make you feel like it's like a drama. Like, okay, so what's gonna happen next? But not in a horror type way. If I were to look, if on my screen right now was blank, but the music from a horror movie was playing, I would get that feeling, like that dun dun dun, like like it. I get you.
I get that.
So yeah, it's crazy how things like that kind of affect our brains and we don't even realize it. That's why they say everything is your diet. Your diet is everything that you hear, you see, everything that you're around, because things affect you in certain ways that you can't even control sometimes.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this name, Fabricio. I like that name. Like, you gotta have a hell of a name to have. Fabricio! That's a hell of a name, man. Shout out Fabricio.
Just so you know, Fabricio, tell me the locations in Brazil, because I do want to visit Brazil one day. Just saying.
One day.
Yeah.
Well, I think with that, what we'll do, y'all, we're going to take a brief, and when I say brief, I mean a real brief break starting. All right. So, we're gonna move on to the next topic. Asia,
What's up?
I would like to know mainly two things. One, where can they find your lovely candles and your accessories and your business? Where can they find your business?
Okay, guys, you can follow me on Instagram at Aisha's Magic, Aishasmagick. I will get into why I spell. People ask me, why do you spell magic like that? It's
Okay.
confusing. And
Yes.
also, you can go find my website is Aishasmagickcandleco.com.
We're gonna
And
link it.
yeah, you can please link it. You can find me. I have two different collections. I have an aromatherapy intention candle collection where I use 100% pure essential oils for the aromatherapy purposes. I use healing crystals and dried herbs and flowers. And my other collection is not aromatherapy based, it's more smell good based. So it's not made with it's not made with just essential oils. I do use fragrance oils. There's a difference between essential oils and fragrance oils. And yes, so it shows the duality in me. It shows both sides of me. I have a very deep side, but I also have a very simple side as well. So check me out, guys. I pour my energy into these candles for you guys. I love, love, love when people hit me up and say they can feel the energy from the box because energy transfer is real and it can be transferred through anything. It can be transferred right now through the screen.
Right.
Transfer is real, y'all. Like for
I
real.
know they feel this. They had to feel this great energy coming from here. In the comments, we're loving them. Like we're loving y'all. With that being said, let's move on to the next course of action. I just want to let them know, and we'll make sure we link this, y'all, to find Asia and her website. And also, if you missed the live stream for any reason, we're gonna post this live. The next day, we're gonna publish it. So, you have a chance to really catch up with us and chop it up. So, the next question is, I'm sorry, y'all. This is a little bit new to me for this part. But you on your website, I know people haven't really looked at it yet. That's from our audience. But before they look at it, I want to just tell you my little review on it and what I thought of your website. I do make websites. Some of you may know this, some of you don't. Um, Asia's website was very lovely. It had a nice user feel. It was very easy to navigate. Wasn't nothing hard to do. The great thing was the visuals. Like I'm a visual person, so to see your different candles, I don't want to say flavors, let's say infusions or scents. There we
Mm-hmm.
go. Different scents and just the overall presentation. I'm big on presentation. So I
Yes.
like the presentation and the navigability of your site.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. And y'all, she made it her own. So give her your flowers. We're all about giving flowers while
Yes.
it's here.
Please. I also have, oh guys, I also have a loyalty program now. So if you sign up, you get points. If you celebrate your birthday, you get points. When you make a purchase, for every dollar that you spend, you earn 5 points for every dollar you spend. So and so yeah, so it's a loyalty program. So if you want to sign up for that, build your points up to get free products, to get some rewards like free shipping, $5 off, $10 off, $20 off, things along those lines.
She
Yes,
got
I
the
also
deals, y'all. Hit her up.
yeah, hit me up. I also have a soul stack that's not candle related, but it has a lot of different features inside, a lot of different components inside to help. It's basically an on-the-go soul stimulation. So soul stimulation anywhere you are throughout our daily lives, we might get caught up in the group, the hoorah and the different things that happen to us on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes you need to just take a minute, center yourself, come back, and then keep pushing because yeah, basically that's all you need to do.
All right. You caught me right before I could say something. Dave has a question for Asia. So Dave, you, my buddy, have the floor. Unmute your mic, bro. And y'all have a comment? We're just gonna leave it here.
Hey, how y'all doing again? Um, my question to y'all, well, it's to everyone. It's not, but Asia, you can answer it first. How you feel about this? Because you talk about you making candles, and we just talk about music, and we just talk about like certain things people say. Then we talk about environment. So all that got me thinking like those are like our five senses, like hearing, sound, touch, smell, taste.
Yes.
So my question to y'all is, was that designed for us to like read frequencies? Like using our five senses, the God given gifts that God gave towards us, whoever y'all believe is your God, just like give us signals and give us like signs.
Oh, okay. I see your question. Your
Yeah.
question is the signals or the clues there for us to recognize, basically?
Yeah, but is it like in our five senses where those gifts given to us just so we can experience the frequency of the universe? If you understand what I'm
Let
saying.
you start it off.
Yes. Yes, they're there for a reason. We are spiritual beings first. We just are. We just, we are the awareness of our mental and of our physical. Um, and the senses that we have, our sight, our touch, our sight, touch, hearing, everything, taste is it all works together to help our physical bodies because we are human. We have a human body, but we're spiritual beings. We're energy. We have souls, but our physical helps the connection between the physical realm and the spiritual realm, and it helps us be able to be. It's tangible. Things become tangible. So a lot of times, if we can't see it, then we don't believe it. That's the point.
Looks.
Exactly. So it's like it's just for our human minds to be able to process things and then relate back to our spiritual energy, basically. So we are the awareness of everything.
All right. That answer your question?
No, that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Oh, my bad, my bad. So let my bad. I seen you was ready.
Yeah.
What you want to say on that?
Nah, I feel like the five senses they play a part in everything for real, especially
All
with the
right.
music. So yeah, I agree with what he was saying.
All right. Piggyback off that, I super agree with everybody. I will say this. I just think that the tangible part, me being able to touch it, it is relative. Like something like when Super Dave said earlier, as far as the child being innocent, or really, it seemed like you were saying in a way in which they're not worried about spirituality or frequency because they're not attuned to it. I disagree with that. I think the more innocent you are, innocent like, the more in tune you are with it. You just so in tune with it that you have to forget that by learning other stuff, by seeing physical stuff and just kind of getting out of touch with your spiritual self or your true self. I say it in a way like when you're young, you don't know, right? So when somebody don't know, usually that's childlike, right? So you can't get mad at somebody for lack of knowledge. That's ignorance. But when you choose to ignore these tangible signs that we're talking about, or when somebody's trying to break it down to you and you feel something there, but they may not be explaining it right, but that seed was still planted and you ignore the seed, it's still the same thing. You're choosing now to go against something that you feel is there for you, or you choosing something that you don't have peace now. And once you don't have peace, you recognize that you're not aligned in whatever you want to be or need to be aligned with. And once the recognition of out alignment comes, you won't accept nothing else. Your body or mind won't allow you to go even back and thinking without thinking, let's say without thinking how you used to, because you care. For your anime lovers out there, uh, with big power comes big responsibility. You feel me? Peter Parker said it. Uncle Ben said it to Peter Parker. So,
Great
oh
power
man,
comes great responsibility.
say it again.
It's great power comes great responsibility.
Said it from the reporter himself. So I'm so glad that we all was able to be here. I do want to give us a little bit more time So I think should we just part one this? Should we part one this and then come back maybe either maybe Sunday or maybe sometime this weekend? Well, that is this weekend, Sunday or maybe sometime next week with a part two. What y'all thinking?
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Think so? Because I don't want to, this video is 45 minutes long. We don't want to be blowing everybody's heads and all that, hoorah, hoorah. So we split it up, and I think it'd be cool. Finally, Super Day is back. So, all right. With that being said, we want to give our guest Asia a round of applause.
Thank you for having me. It's been lit.
Thank you for being on. Like you said, we definitely try to have more and more people on. And now that we have the capabilities of we don't have to be there, it's gonna make the times when we are there that much more even better. And
Right.
gives us more time to work and do all that good stuff. So without further ado, it's your boy Marty Marr representing ETM. That's Everything Matters. Your number one pop culture spot where we talk about any and everything. Most importantly, why it matters. Signing out. Got Zozo who?
DJ Zozo, baby.
You got Super who?
SuperDave. Hey.
And we have Asia, huh?
You
Magic.
got Ages Magic. We got follow me, guys. Check my website out. My DMs are open. I'm here. If you need to talk, need to vent, anything, share some ideas. I love that as well. So
And if you want to be featured on this podcast, because we ask a lot of people, but our list is getting shorter and shorter. So more people are asking us, which is we love that. If you want to be featured on the podcast, hit us our DM. You can hit it at Marty Garris, MartyGarris at Gmail, or our main business email for Everything Matters. It's where everything matters at gmail.com. All one word, no caps. That's where everything matters at gmail.com for all business inquiries. That being said, we send y'all love, appreciation, and just
yes,
like we're out.
we're out.